Welcome to Barstool Bench Mob, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. We told you last episode that we're gonna take some time off because one, I fucking can't stand Rico, and two, I don't want to talk about college basketball in April. But of course, something like this is one of these tweets that you're like, did someone get hacked? Right? Like, what was your guys' first reaction? Because we're talking about Jay Wright stepping down from Villanova, if you didn't figure that out yet. What was your guys' first reaction when you saw that tweet?
I mean, it was shock, right? Like it was one of the rare ones where there was no rumors. Like everyone else, like there's been like the rumor, right? Like it's usually like a day, maybe 2 days, you hear, okay, it's gonna come or there's something going on. I heard there was a rumor about Jay Wright, nothing else, like 30 minutes before.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, what is it?
A lot of people are like, oh, rumors are Jay Wright, and then like 2 minutes after, it was like, that's not even a rumor. You can't have a rumor 20 minutes before it happens.
I think it was similar to Roy Williams. No, I know he's much older, but that was very surprising when he stepped down.
Yeah, but his was on April Fool's Day.
Oh yeah.
True. Because everyone thought it was fake. Like, oh yeah, good one.
But like Roy made sense where like, I mean, the guy couldn't look up in the sky and he was dying on the court. But he was 75 or how old he is. Like Jay Wright seemed like
60 years old.
Yeah, when Coach K honestly retired, right? He retires, it's like, okay, it's really just like Jay Wright's like the legend right now. Like it's college basketball is Jay Wright. And then all of a sudden, it's just, what the fuck's going on?
Well, yeah, because there are now 2 active coaches with multiple titles. It's Bill Self and Rick Pitino. Pitino's one title not recognized.
Wait, that's it?
That's it. Active coaches right now with multiple titles. Those 2.
Yeah,
and obviously it was Jay Wright, and Jay Wright was the only one of those 3 not to be part of this, like, investigation with Adidas and the FBI. Like, he was the clean guy with active titles. And it's well, I'm saying like that was like his reputation, right? Like Nova was always viewed as like the clean school. So like that's the crazy thing, right? And I've said it before. I think I told you right before the Final Four, where it's like Jay Wright, one more title, elevates himself into, I mean, he was already in God tier, legend tier. If he won one more and got to 3, it gets crazy. He's stepping down after a Final Four. It's not like they've had this like lack of success or anything.
That's the thing.
My first thought was, what did he do wrong? He had to have
right. Or is he sick?
He must have fucked someone. He's sick. Someone's coming after him. Like there's no reason for him. Unless he's just simply like, fuck this. Like, why do I need to keep doing this? But it's like, I just don't know.
I do want to go on a rant in a second after this, yeah.
According to Goodman, he wanted to spend more time with his family, and the job was turning into a year-round thing. And the fact that it was going to be a rebuild for Villanova was tough.
That was All-American coming in. Cam Whitmore's coming in.
He wasn't thrilled with the prospect of having to build and rebuild via the transfer portals. Maybe the portal and NIL.
I want a minute rant about that. I'm so sick of everybody blaming the NIL and transfer portal for all this bullshit. Like, it's just the default. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks in the sense of coaches that are used. No, for coaches that are used to, like, hey, in April I get to go golf and not have to worry about anything until June when Peach Jam goes on. For them, yeah, I understand that it sucks. I disagree that it sucks. For them, I understand it. But I just don't give a shit. Like, it's such a lazy take to blame everything on the portal. And it's not like the portal's new. It's a way to put your name out there. It happened. There were 1,200 transfers years before. This isn't new. This isn't some new phenomenon of players transferring. So if you want to blame the portal for everything, shut the fuck up. And also, like, Jay Wright didn't lose anybody to the portal. He wasn't in the portal. Cole Swider was the only person that transferred from Nova. Cole Swider, whatever. Fucking stop blaming everything on the goddamn portal.
I agree. And also, to be honest, like, Jay Wright's not balls deep in the fucking portal. He's got 7 other guys that are balls deep, and they like, do you want this guy? And sure, talk to this person. It's like, he doesn't need to be in there all day. Like, he's Jay Wright. He doesn't need to fucking be on the computer all day looking at the portal. He also
didn't deal with it. They didn't bring anybody in via transfer, right? Like, their one transfer is Caleb Daniels, who's been in the program now for his second or third year. He lost one person, Cole Swider. Yeah. Everything else was kind of the typical Nova. You bring a guy in, you have him for 2 to 3 years, and then you move on.
But do you believe that he wants to be with his family? Like, he still said he wants to do like media and shit, which is like,
he's going to be a great broadcaster.
Yeah, of course he is. But like, if he went cold turkey,
he might have been burnt out. Yeah, he might be a little burnt out. But he's also like, if you had millions of dollars, achieved God status, and at 60, I said you could be white clean with everything. Do you take it and run?
Yeah, I guess it's different and where it's like, yeah, me, because I got nothing, you know.
Well, you're the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, so I'm like, of course, dude. Well, you know what? I'm sorry I have to do this, but shout out Coach K, the only non-scumbag to this All-Americans coming to Villanova, and he's like, oh my God, I got Fordham's coach now? Like, that's what I have to deal with?
I have 2 things. First off, poor Fordham, because they actually had, by Fordham standards, a respectable season last year.
They were 500.
They were middle. They won a game in the A-10 tournament, I'm pretty sure. And
I think they won the first round, yeah.
They were 16-16 overall and 8-10, and then they beat George Mason in the first round. They had momentum, and then they lose their coach after one season.
Everyone was so hyped too, bro. Like, Fordham's such a joke. It's awesome. It's so
back to square one now.
They finally have momentum, and then the guy goes to Villanova. Like, you would think no Fordham coach would ever go to like somewhere like that. But I know I'm kidding about the Coach K stuff, but like, dude, that All-American, can he transfer? Can he decommit?
Yeah, it all depends. I don't know if Cam Whitmore signed like a letter of intent. If you sign a letter of intent, you have to be let out by the school, and 90% of the time they let him out.
Which they should, especially with this situation. But like, that is
right.
Something.
But he also,
he
also, if Kyle Neptune keeps Mike Nardi, George Halgrove, and the guys that are on staff, which he likely will, because Neptune's a Nova guy. Like, Whitmore might have been like a Mike Nardi guy, right? Like, he might not have been a Jay Wright guy. Like, yeah, sure, you go play for Jay Wright, but it's really the recruiting visits are all done with the assistant coach. So he might still be like, hey, it's like the system's not going to change. It's just
but a lot
you
of
lose Jay Wright.
Jay Wright's a big part of Villanova.
Right. No, 100%.
So it's like
he could do a year and maybe he doesn't go to the NBA, and it's like after a year he's like, all right, well, I'm going to transfer.
Yeah.
I wonder how big of a shock it was to the players.
They had to know.
That's tight knit over there.
That program, especially. Yeah.
What a scumbag Gillespie is not texting us.
I feel like that's something Rico would have a grudge about.
Yeah, he would. I could not be kidding. But it's crazy, man.
How pissed is he that Fanta broke it?
Yeah, true. And also, Fanta went on a rant about the portal system, and everyone like complained about it. He's like, "This is fucking awesome." He was on our
Yes,
dude. There's really like college basketball is like young now. First of all,
except
let me tell you this: the fact that Coach K, fucking Roy Williams, Jay Wright all retired before Boeheim, that old sack of shit. That guy, he really.
We had his son on the show. Why are you talking like that?
Boeheim's a sack of shit.
We had his son on our show.
Yeah, he's still, dude. Give it up. Jay Wright's giving it up, and he's actually good.
Boeheim was supposed to retire 4 years ago.
He's supposed to retire when I was a senior.
Yeah.
He's waiting for his fucking grandsons to be on the team now.
So Roy Williams, Coach K, and Jay Wright all retired within the last year. What's the odd man out there in terms of going out with class?
Yeah.
That's not class. He fucked over his recruits.
He could have told them.
You didn't tell him. You think he told him before the season last year?
I don't know about before the season, but they
That's what
had
I'm
to
saying.
have.
Coach K,
They had to have
these
advance
recruits,
notice.
these recruits knew they weren't playing for him. They love John Shire.
Yeah, they had to give all that money for that poor dog that Coach K's kidnapping.
Oh, yeah,
What a cute dog, huh?
Yeah, he deserves a better owner. You know what? I'm going to rescue that dog. That's my life mission now, is to rescue that dog.
He's a cute dog.
So that's
How about the fact that Roy Williams, Coach K, and Jay Wright retire, and the biggest name that gets hired is like Hubert Davis out of those three jobs.
Shire and Neptune.
Yeah, just three. They all hire within the family. Like if I told you Duke, UNC, and Nova opened up, and it was Kyle Neptune, Hubert Davis, and John Shire, you two would look at me like I was a fucking crazy person.
Where did Rico want Jay Wright to go?
UNC. He kept saying UNC.
Yes. No, wait. It wasn't just. It was UNC, the Lakers, the Knicks, and I think maybe
the Sixers. The Sixers has always been the room of the Yankees. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Yankees.
The Mets third base coach.
Yeah, he said they should have thrown the bag at Jay Wright.
Can you imagine? If Villanova, if Jay Wright went somewhere else, he would have made sure he was on this podcast no matter what happened.
Yeah. So no, that's crazy news. Worth doing an emergency episode for him. We have a few more notes after. I know Riggs is going to be able to step on the stage about Oscar Tshiebwe in a second, but as Marty mentioned off the top, we want to talk to you about High Noon Hard Seltzer. High Noon Hard Seltzer is 100 calories, gluten-free, no added sugar, real vodka, real juice for real fans just like us. Don't forget about the limited edition pool pack. It comes with lime, guava, kiwi, and peach cans. Marty, I know you're heading on Barstool versus America. A lot of High Noons on that trip.
I can't wait for that. Yeah, High Noon's the best sponsor. We have like all happy hours too, which is going to be filled with High Noons, and the pool pack is outrageous. Good. What fruits they put in that shit.
I had guava and kiwi. They're both unbelievable. I've had the two of the three new ones. They are unbelievable. Yeah,
lime, guava, kiwi, and peach are fantastic. So go get yourself some High Noon Hard Seltzer. Drink responsibly. Riggs, also on the same day, we have to throw it in. Oscar Tshiebwe returning. First defending player of the year since 07 or 08 to come back.
08, Hansborough, yep.
So are you, like, in terms of obviously excitement level, you're at a 10, but in terms of surprise, where are you at?
I think as a surprise, it's like a 6, right? Like the
really?
rumor was he was going to come back, but this is a new age too, right? Like Marty mentioned about how NIL is good. You know, she was like
$2 million he make it this year.
That's what Goodman said. He has the potential to make up to $2 million, which like he was the prospect, like NBA projected right around top 45. He was projected right around like 45th to go, which, you know.
Did you just say top 45?
Like for draft, like that's where he was projected.
Top 40. Picks. You said top 45.
He was 40. Like
going to go 45th.
Well, I was going to say it. I meant to say it might have been like 44 or 43. That's why you say top 45. Make it an even number.
But he's 43rd.
Easier
top 45. That's
still getting drafted.
60 there.
Still getting drafted. Like Coach K's grandson is running from programs.
Oh yeah, he transferred, Marty. He's out.
Yeah, of course we need scholarships.
We got to get him on the show. Bake off.
You're out. But I think like you still. This is what's awesome about NIL is like even from those casual fans, you hear the National Player of the Year is coming back. Take away what you think about Kentucky. You hear National Player of the Year is returning. That's just good for the sport. That's good for like bring like casual fans early on. So it's still taking time to get used to it. Like Baycott coming back and like Drew Timme still might come back. Like God, when those type of names are still returning. It's good for the sport. That's all that matters. And
Juzang just left too.
Yeah,
Juzang just left, but
Hawkes is returning for UCLA, and Kofi announced this morning he's leaving as well.
So with Tshiebwe, I thought that basically. So with him, that's a guy. At first I was like, that's stupid. Like he was National Player of the Year. But then I think that, like you just said, he's 40th around. He's like, he's going to probably make the same money.
Right. He maybe jumps up to like 35 and makes an extra couple $100,000.
Yeah, he's probably make the same money NIL. And then also just like, if he has one of those same seasons, and Kentucky goes further, and like he can just only get better. Like you might as well, instead of like going to play in the G League for no reason.
Right. Like he'll always have that. Right. Like he'll always have the G League.
Yeah.
He'll never, no matter what, unless he completely like injures himself to no other, he'll always have that after next year. The dude also just loves college basketball. He talks about how much he just loves being at Kentucky. So that's refreshing here. Everyone who complains about one and dones, like you have a guy coming back to the one and done factory after winning National Player of the Year. Like this is good for the sport.
I would love college too if I had 6 cars and 4 houses to play with.
Yeah.
And listen,
that's the way you should.
In terms of this, his tournament run can't be worse than this last year.
Attaboy, Jake. Attaboy.
God damn it, Jake.
The only way it goes worse is if you go to
they
the
lose to a
NIT.
16 seed.
You also know that I'm not sure if I told you guys, but Duke does have the best recruiting class. You know who's going to come back?
You think Keels is coming back?
And Roach.
Keels is gone. I don't think Keels comes back.
Roach is like pretty much back.
Yeah, I think Roach comes back, but Keels is still good. Keels is still a lottery pick. That'd be tougher to say. Like, it's tough to pass up when you're a lottery pick.
I think he's going to come back. If he's back, I swear to God, they're not going to lose a game.
I'll take that bet right now. Like, whatever you want to do.
Lose a game?
They don't lose more than 3 games.
I don't even know their schedule, do we?
Don't care.
Yeah.
All right. 2 more quick things. Shout out Greg Oden and John Diebler joining Thad Matta's staff at Butler. That's really cool. Just like a throwback to the 07-08 team. And then we have to end with this. Washington State transfer F.A. Abogidi. I don't know if I said that right. I'm so excited to see where he goes because if you saw Rothstein's tweet, he legit he was considering like 50 schools.
So I blogged it today. He listed 35 schools to Rothstein of where he was considering going.
And he updated it today, right?
He updated it to 13. So I want him to start throwing out fake schools. Like South Harmon Institute of Technology, like just throw in make-believe schools and see if Rothstein will like include it in your list.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the move. You might as well put mad teams on there. Be like, I'm not wanted.
Also,
imagine if you were one of the schools
he was interested in them, right? Like, you could say Marty Mush is interested in Duke, Kentucky, UCLA. Like, yeah, why not?
That's what he should have done. He should have listed every major school. Like he basically did, but like every powerhouse, but left off like the one he didn't like. Just everyone was like, well, what's wrong with like fucking UNC?
Right. So yeah, I appreciated that.
College basketball is weird now, man. Without like those 3 guys, it's like who's the main? Who's college?
Who's the face? It's Bill Self.
That's coach.
Probably Bill Self, right?
Longest tenure is definitely Boeheim, right?
But he's not
Boeheim.
I'd say Self. No. Is the only
it's probably Self, right?
Would it be
coming off the title?
Izzo, Self,
Cal.
Calipari.
If Pitino was at a bigger school, he'd be up there, but it's hard to be the face when you're at Iona.
Right. There's no one else is like a proven guy. If Tony Bennett can step back up, I know Rico has him on the hot seat, but
so who are all there's not many coaches that are active with a title. It's Boeheim, Izzo, Calipari, Self,
Drew,
Pitino.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any else.
Is that it? Is there only like 6? Like that's
it's
all
crazy.
of them were Duke, fucking Villanova, and
wide open.
UNC.
Yeah.
Something
that's crazy. So that'll be, and what's funny is, or not what's funny, what's gonna be weird, like unique to watch is all these coaches that got hired back, like Sean Miller, Thad Matta, these coaches that have been like out and got rehired by like their schools. I wonder if any of them can kind of make a jump into like this tier 2 level coaches. Because how many people like remember Sean Miller and fucking remember Thad Matta?
Right. Tony Bennett, did we say?
Bennett, yeah.
You did.
There's not a lot, 6 or 7.
Who said it, Jake?
Did I say it? Whoops.
Yeah.
Fucking Boeheim.
Yeah,
that's all I can think about. How did Boeheim outlast these guys?
He's still around. Also, we want to thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week to break down Bill Self's emergency retirement.
Yeah, Bill Self to the Spurs.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Could you imagine if they just all like leave?
When was the last? So I tweeted this. So today we had. I mean, Kofi declared at like 8:30 in the morning. 9.
Today was a crazy day. Yeah.
Right. You had Juzang declare, Paolo declare. You had Oscar come back, and then Jay Wright. When was the last day we had something like this in college basketball? This is why I think it's good too, with like the portal shit like this is.
I think last year around this time we did an emergency episode about the Chris Beard thing. That
was April Fool's Day. April 1st was
the Roy Williams and Chris Beard, and yeah, I think that was the last time something like this has happened.
Let me tell you something too. I just saw like Jeff Goodman's tweet about saying like he also wasn't thrilled about the prospect of having to build and rebuild via transfer portal. If that's it, what a pussy. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Jay Wright a pussy. It's like, dude, like that just so that's where I also think about all the older coaches are they don't the transfer portal is fucking Arkansas, basically.
Yeah.
And then it's just all these younger coaches that are probably more like they want to go out and get it, where these old coaches are like, fuck this. Like, I don't need to deal with this.
But you're also like, you're Villanova. You can go easily land 2 big names out of the portal, right? Like you're an elite, you're arguably the best program in the last decade.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in the portal and I said, Marty, I'm Jay Wright. Hey, Marty, you want to come visit Nova? And the Cluck's like, all right, we got a scholarship. You want it or not?
Yeah.
You say yes 8 out of 10 times. All right. So quick over under bet. How many years is Jay Wright actually out of coaching before he coaches again? And does he coach NBA or college again?
He seems like an honest guy.
I don't think he'd come back to college. I think if anything, he'd go to the NBA.
How many years do you think he's out?
2.
I think that's I think it's like right at 3 is when
I'd say 3.
Get that itch. Because he'll do TV. He'll have the Urban Meyer route without finger blasting somebody.
He's gonna do 3. He's gonna do like a year, and then like year 2, he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I've seen my family
bored.
I've seen my family
I could see him going to the NBA if he really doesn't want to deal with the year-round recruiting and portal stuff. He doesn't have to worry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't have to deal with that. He's got his team and shit.
Yeah.
That or just like take over Team USA basketball or some shit like that. The next go.
Yeah. Could see that. But yeah, thank you all for tuning into this emergency episode. We'll have some more coming. Please subscribe to our YouTube.
And also just this. Lastly, we have our new producer, Tom, who lives in an insane asylum. It looks like there's not one piece of color on his room at all.
It looks like he's in the hallway.
Also, where
are you?
As I say that, it's just all white around me too.
You at least have a light. I think he's just like, I'm pretty sure he's
literally like he's got padded walls next to him.
It's my apartment.
I love it. Nothing
we
wrong
gotta
with
get the
that.
kid a painting or something.
Yeah, welcome aboard, Tom.
That was the greatest answer of all time. It's my apartment.
Welcome, Tom.
Where he lives.
Please subscribe to our YouTube if you want to see what Tom's apartment looks like. So we'll end it on that.
It's beautiful.
Thanks to everyone for listening. We'll be back soon. And that's that. Jay Wright out at Villanova.